hear him say that he's a media checker. I hear him say that he's a media checker. I hear him say that he's a media checker. I hear him say that he's a media checker. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. hear him say that he's a media general. I hear him say that he's a media general. I hear him say that he's a media general. I hear him say that he's a media general. I hear him say that he's a media general. hear him say that you should move your chair. I hear him say that you should move your chair. I hear him say that you should move your chair.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May I take this opportunity to welcome you to Royal Holloway. This ceremony is being filmed. The edited video will be made available to download from the graduation website. In line with COVID regulations, we ask that you keep your masks on at all times during the ceremony. Please ensure that all mobile phones and digital watches are turned off. In the unlikely event that an emergency should happen, we should need to evacuate the building, guests should leave by the nearest available exit. Guests requiring assistance will be escorted. Once you have left the venue, please follow the directions of the stewards who will guide you to the nearest assembly point. The ceremony will commence shortly. We ask that you do not leave the venue once the ceremony has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the arrival of the Principal's procession.
Please take your seats. Distinguished guests, parents, friends, and above all, graduates. On behalf of Royal Holloway, I am delighted to welcome you here on this very important occasion, our graduation ceremony. It is truly wonderful to see so many people gathered here for this unique event, including those of you who are visiting for the first time, as well as those returning to a place that has become familiar. To you all, and especially to those about to graduate, we extend a very warm greeting. During this afternoon's ceremony, graduates from the School of Life Sciences and Environment will be presented to the Principal, Professor Paul Lazell. The first group of students will be awarded a master's degree. These graduates have studied at postgraduate level for at least 1 year and have either taken their studies to the boundaries of existing knowledge in their academic field or studied in an area of professional or occupational theory and practice at a high level. They will be followed by graduands who will be awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Each of their research investigations has made an original contribution to knowledge through the discovery of new facts or ideas and the exercise of independent critical judgment. Please remain in your seats for the duration of the ceremony. I call upon the head of the School of Life Sciences and the Environment, Professor Tamar Pincus.
Today, we recognize and celebrate the achievements of our students who have followed postgraduate programs with the departments in the School of Life Sciences and the Environment. Biological sciences, earth sciences, geography, and psychology have consistently been ranked amongst the top departments in the UK for a number of years, combining research excellence, inspirational teaching programs, and collaborations with partners beyond the university. Postgraduate students whose achievements we celebrate today are one of the main reasons why these departments rank so highly. Their studies have spanned the department's research centres, focusing on digital supply chains and logistics, transforming energy sources, human physical and mental health, gene therapy, industrial biotech, pollination ecology, climate and environmental change, global development and geopolitics, sustainability, and the relationship between place and identity. The doctorate in clinical psychology produces professionals who will directly impact on the growing mental health problems in the world around us. They all graduate equipped with knowledge and skills, not only to study the world, but to change it for the better. It is now with great pleasure that we move to the presentations of graduates.
I call upon Dr. James McAvoy, representative of the Department of Biological Sciences.
Principal, I would like to present graduands from the Department of Biological Sciences for the award of Master of Science degrees in Biological Sciences by research. For his work on impact of spore coat protein immunization on Clostridium difficile colonization and infection, supervised by Professor Simon Cutting, James Adams. For his work on the role of the tricuspid valve and right ventricular function in acute heart failure, supervised by Professor Pankaj Sharma, Ishan Ashcroft. For her work on the interaction between the bumblebee parasites Crithidia bombai and Nosema bombai, Marta Barton Navarro. his work on furthering our understanding of the biological function of the LIN1 gene in Arabidopsis, supervised by Dr. Enrique Lopez-Duez, Farid Bhatti. For her work on the molecular characterization of polyketide synthase genes in zebrafish, supervised by Dr. Chris Wilkinson, Yvonne Chin. For her work on plant stress affecting persistence of antibiotic resistance in rhizospheres, supplemented by poultry manure, supervised by Dr. Paul Devlin, Amandine Donovan. For the functional characterization of carotenoid biosynthesis genes from Solanum lycopiscium, tomato, and Capiscum annum, chili pepper, supervised by Professor Paul Fraser, Diana Donovan. For his work on comparing nectar and pollen exposure routes in a novel pesticide and exploring why bumblebees collect pollen, supervised by Professor Ellie Ledbetter, Billy Dial. For his work in a novel component in the DNA damage response pathway under the control of retinoblastoma involved in maintaining DNA integrity and induction of cell cycles, supervised by Professor Latsi Bogre, Dominic Henry. For her thesis, Do Oil-Polluted Sites in Trinidad Serve as a Parasite Refuge for the Guppy? Poecella reticulata, supervised by Dr. Rudy Reisch, Catherine Jeffers. For her work investigating honey as a novel topical antibiotic using in vitro assays and analysis of microarray data from MRSA, supervised by Dr. Shobana Dissanayake, Unju Kirby. How do saku monkeys respond to human presence at an ecotourist site in the Amazon rainforest? Work supervised by Dr. Sarah Papworth, Erin Mason. For his thesis on alpha-2 regulation of skeletal muscle stem cell self-renewal, supervised by Dr. Linda Popplewell, Gabriel Melgar Jennings. Her work in investigating novel gene therapy approaches to restore CFTR function in individuals with cystic fibrosis, a thesis supervised by Dr. Linda Popplewell, Sarah Muscat. Control of the cellular chloroplast compartment, a combined genetic approach, work supervised by Dr. Enrique Lopez-Duez, Declan Perry. For his work, Do Ring-Necked Parakeets Subvert Supplementary Feeding of Native Birds in the UK, supervised by Dr. Becky Thomas, Benjamin Rawlins. For his thesis, CRISPR-Cas9 genome editing strategies to treat ataxia telangiectasia, supervised by Professor Rafael Yanez Munoz, Ben Sadler. comparative effectiveness of 2 commercial DNA extraction kits for PCR-based diagnosis of Candida, supervised by Dr. Jorge Tovar Torres, Noor Sharif. Investigating the molecular mechanisms of tashninone 2A as an anti-cancer treatment using Dictyostelium as a non-animal model organism, supervised by Professor Robin Williams, Sonia Shinma. For her work on the expression profile of standard and improved microdystrophins as gene therapies for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, supervised by Dr. Linda Popplewell, Chiara Sidoli. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees in biology. The development of Xanthophyllomyces dendrohus as a renewable source of high-value carotenoids, supervised by Professor Paul Fraser, Thunatsina Ali. For his thesis on dimorphic fruits, seeds, and seedlings as adaptation mechanisms to abiotic stress in unpredictable environments, supervised by Professor Gerhard Loebner and Professor Margaret Collinson, Wahid Arshad. For her thesis on producing better sports turf through soil microbial management, supervised by Professor Alan Gange and Dr. Louisa Robinson Boyer, Francesca Baylis. For the thesis entitled Gene Therapy for Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy, Engineering Microdystrophin-Expressing Cassettes from Recombinant Adeno-Associated Virus for Improved Clinical Efficacy, supervised by Dr. Linda Popplewell, Professor George Dixon, and Dr. Caroline Le Guina, Nurtian Elangovan. For her work elucidating the mechanisms controlling the carotenoid retention trait in Capiscum annum, supervised by Professor Paul Fraser, Alexandra Holden. For the thesis entitled Physiological and Molecular Mechanisms of Dormancy and Germination in Grass Weed Seeds, supervised by Professor Gerhard Loebner and Dr. Katsumi Nakabayashi, Thomas Holloway. For her work, a physiological, microbial, and transcriptomic study of pedicle necking in cut Rosa hybrida, supervised by Dr. Tony Stead, Bianca Lear. For her thesis entitled Ketocarotenoid Production in Solanum lycopersicum, Biosynthesis and Sequestration, supervised by Professor Paul Fraser, Esther Lewis. For her work on the impact of a biodiversity-focused outdoor learning program in school grounds on primary school children's mood, well-being, resilience, connection to nature, knowledge, and perception of nature, supervised by Professor Alan Gange, Louise Montgomery. For the thesis entitled Should I Stay or Should I Go? Surviving Variable Environments Through Dormancy and Dispersal, supervised by Professor Vincent Janssen and Professor Gerhard Loebner, Bethany Nichols. Development of tomato genotypes with enhanced xanthophyll content in ripe fruit, supervised by Professor Paul Fraser, Elżbieta Rapaj. For his thesis entitled Non-Equilibrium Dynamics in Models of Selection and Recombination, Heteroclinic Cycles, Networks, and Chaos, supervised by Professor Vincent Janssen, Timothy Russell. For his thesis entitled How Predictable Are the Effects of Environmental Gradients on Live-Bearing Fishes, supervised by Dr. Rudiger Riesch and Professor David Morit, Francesco Santi. Rational engineering of self-assembling thermosensitive protein complexes and their applications, work supervised by Dr. Mikhail Soloviev, Dr. Giuliano Siligadi, and Chao Yun-yo, Karima Taibi Metran. For her investigations into the potential of classical biological control of the invasive aquatic weed, Crassula helmsii, supervised by Professor Alan Gange and Professor Sean Murphy, Sonal Varia. For her work on identifying novel molecular mechanisms of medium-chain fatty acids using the model dictyostelium, supervised by Professor Robin Williams, Eleanor Warren. For the award of Doctor of Medicine in Biological Sciences. Mitral regurgitation in heart failure, a thesis supervised by Professor Pankaj Sharma and Dr. Aigul Baltabeva, Ota Lazareshvili. That concludes the presentation of graduands from the Department of Biological Sciences at this ceremony.
I call upon Professor Daniela Shreve from the Department of Geography.
Principal, I would like to present graduands from the Department of Geography. For the award of Master of Arts degrees in Cultural Geography by Research, Georgie Honour. For the award of Master of Research degrees in Cultural Geography, Cynthia Anyadi. Robbie Lee. Gabrielle Suttinscape. For the award of Master of Science degrees in Geopolitics and Security, Louis Cannon. Jessica Dell. Niall Murphy. Nathaniel Porter. Tara Jane Sullivan. Isabel Van. For the award of Master of Science degrees in Global Futures, Scott Barrett. Jasmine Bigden. Georgia Cairns. Jasmine Cook. Polly Davis. Tiffany Gilbert. Rebecca Howe. Rima Ismail. Jasmine Jones. Madeline Joyce. Georgia License. Hannah Owens. Megan Pilbrow. Marcelina Reverska. Esther Ross. Rebecca Rosson. Tara Jane Sullivan. Sophie Ward. For the award of Master of Science degrees in Quaternary Science, Marwa Azzara. And with the Ed Derbyshire Prize for the MSc Quaternary Science 2020 to 21, Anna Beckett. Sinead Burks. Boyle. Jade Burton. Ashley Davis. Daniel Gallagher. Thomas Garner. Megan Gofton. Natalie Hamilton. Kay Homan. And graduating with the Philippa Holmes Memorial Prize, Holly Jenkins. Finley Jones. Peter Lloyd. Richard Lowther. Charlotte Perry. Catherine Rouse. Kieran Solly. Emily Watt. Erin Wood. For the award of Master of Science degrees in Sustainability and Management, Yusuf Aziz. Laura Baker. Sarah Crooks. Isabel Day. Laura Decent. Rachel Fu. Nicholas Karavitis. Molly Lobdell. Olivia Longley. Amtul Nur Mughal. Rosie McKeon. Rachel Murthy. Daniel Petz. Ellen Thomas Rowe. Cameron Thompson. Antonia Wellborn Green. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees in Geography. For the thesis, Exploring Bodies, Recentering the Body in Histories of British Exploration, circa 1850 to 1914, supervised by Dr. Innes Kieran and Professor Klaus Dodds, Edward Armston Sherratt. For the thesis, Variations in Hypsodonty of Ungulates, Testing its Utility as a Climatic Proxy in Modern and Late Pleistocene Mammal Communities, supervised by Professor Simon Blockley and Professor Danielle Shreve, David Arnold. For the thesis, Chronologies and Paleoenvironments of Humid Phases in the Western Nefud Desert, Saudi Arabia, over the past 500,000 years, supervised by Professor Simon Armitage and Professor Ian Candy, Richard Clark Wilson. For the thesis, Run Commuting in the UK, The Emergence, Production and Potential of a Mobile Practice, supervised by Professor Peter Adey, Simon Cook. For the thesis, Towards a New Late Glacial to Early Holocene Varve Chronology for the Swedish timescale using microfacies analysis and tephrochronology, supervised by Dr. Adrian Palmer and Dr. Ian Matthews, Rachel Devine. For the thesis, Climbing Everest, Expeditionary Film, Geographical Science and Media Culture, 1922 to 1953, supervised by Professor Felix Driver, Jeanette Fall. For the thesis, Lake Quaternary Ice Dynamics of the Monte San Lorenzo Ice Cap, Patagonia, supervised by Dr. Bethan Davis and Dr. Varel Thorndycraft, Julian Martin. For the thesis, Constructing a Countercultural Self, a photographic exploration of countercultural identity through place and space, supervised by Professor Harriet Hawkins, Ben Murphy. That concludes the presentation of graduates from the Department of Geography at this ceremony.
That concludes the presentation of graduations at this ceremony. The Principal will now make a closing address.
So, to our graduates watching in the room next door and to you, their guests, I'd like to add my welcome to this ceremony in which we celebrate the achievements of the graduating classes of 2020 and 2021. Graduation marks the end of current study, allowing our graduates time to reflect and celebrate with fellow graduates, family, friends and staff, and it signals a transition into a new stage of their lives. We're all honoured to join you here today, and I hope that our graduates' degrees will lead them on a career path that is enjoyable and rewarding. Our gathering today is all the more significant because of the disruption of the COVID-19 pandemic. For some here today, we celebrate achievements completed over 12 months ago, and for whom today is a wonderful opportunity for reunion with fellow students and staff. For others, it marks the more recent completion of studies started at a time of significant disruption last autumn and Christmas. For all, however, today is a celebration of a remarkable educational journey. For gaining a place here required our graduates to achieve exceptionally high levels of academic performance. Whilst at Royal Holloway, they've worked with staff who are leaders in their field and in departments that have a global reputation. The nature of these studies at postgraduate level has required our graduates to understand and synthesize a wide body of knowledge. Through dissertations and theses, they tested and critiqued that knowledge to gain insight and to extend it, to create new ideas and understanding. And, unique to this generation of graduates, they have had to work in new ways as we've all learnt to respond to the pandemic, and through which they have demonstrated remarkable focus and resilience. These qualities, together with new ideas and understanding, now equip our graduates to tackle challenges ahead. Now, supporting our graduates' journey have been parents, families, and friends. And for you, I am sure you are as proud of our graduates' success as they're grateful to you for the support and encouragement that you have given them. So on their behalf, I'd like to thank you for the difference that you've made to them during their studies and encourage you to be proud of your contribution too as we celebrate their achievements today. Now, as well as support from family and friends, our graduates' achievements have been made possible by our staff, for whom today is also special. Academic colleagues have taught, guided and supervised our students to become another generation of thoughtful, capable and ambitious Royal Holloway graduates. Graduates have benefited from learning from world-leading teachers and researchers whose own achievements, I'm sure, were part of the attraction in coming to this university. The range of work undertaken by our staff is inspiring, and you heard a snapshot of it from the head of school at the start of today's graduation. This work and many other activities help to improve the quality of our classes and supervision, ably assisted by a wide range of support staff. But ultimately, it is our graduates' hard work and dedication that's enabled them to succeed. And whilst our graduation ceremonies are a little different and more unusual this year, it in no way diminishes their success. While some graduates have taken degrees to continue an academic or research career, most have taken programs to develop higher level skills and knowledge that will equip them to work in their chosen profession. In a highly competitive global employment market, these new degrees will help mark out our graduates from the crowd, and I encourage them and their supporters to be proud of their achievements. These achievements and those of our academics are all the more impressive since they're not self-judged but confirmed by others. Over successive years, we've become a top UK university with one of the biggest rises in the Guardian newspaper University League table. The UK government has recognised the quality of research work undertaken by our staff, with 81% of that work classified as world-leading or internationally excellent, a measure that directly impacts the experience of our postgraduate students, and one that will help to boost our post-lockdown economy. But success doesn't make us complacent, and we recognise that investment is vital if we're to continue to offer world-class research and teaching. Some of our graduates will have benefited from past investments, while others will have benefited from the generosity of donors by receiving a scholarship or some other form of financial support to help them in the cost of study. Only last week, former students, staff and supporters of this university raised over £100,000 through donations and matched funding from the Reed Foundation, for which we're very grateful. Through our investment and the support of our donors, our Graduates University will continue to grow and develop, and we'll keep them informed of our progress through membership of our Alumni Association. The association plays an important role in continuing links between us and our graduates, as well as with one another, helping them to continue to celebrate their future success. So as we now conclude the formal part of today's graduation, let me once again reflect on our graduates' tremendous achievements. Their degree certificates are a testament to hard work, intellectual capacity and perseverance. But as they now leave this place, those certificates are also statements of potential. While celebrating what has been achieved, it's important that each of them now considers what they are yet to achieve. The past is a vital ingredient in making them the person they are, but it's what they do next that will define them. Many have started full-time employment. Others are undertaking a period of voluntary or humanitarian work. Some may be taking a break, and others continuing their studies. Whatever their next steps, I and all the university staff wish every one of our new graduates every success in their chosen endeavour. Thank you.
I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's ceremony. Please remain in the venue until the procession has left the auditorium. Please all rise for the recession.